All right, so we have a simple server, right, listening for an incoming request, and that request right now it's mapped to the slash, right, and we configured that in our IntelliJ by giving a URL pattern for which we would be responding. We could, this URL can be anything we want, really. I mean, perhaps a better URL mapping for this might be it's mapped to the URL that starts with /hello. Right? So if we save that and we restart the server, right? Stop it and restart it. Notice that if we refresh this, right, it's going to again complain that there's nothing mapped to slash, right? Because we used to have something mapped to slash, but now it's no longer mapped to slash. Instead, it's mapped to /hello. So if we go here and actually type in that URL, notice that indeed now we get the same hello world from before, right? So it's up to us to whatever we want to just configure our URLs. Okay. Also here, the request and response. These are objects that are being created for us, right, by the Express library. The Express library, we are configuring here, saying intercept this incoming request that has this URL pattern, and please parse all the content that is coming from the client. Whether you have path parameters, any cookies, any headers, any JSON body that might be being sent our way. So everything that is coming from the request, encapsulate all that information in this request object, right? And I'll use it any which way I want, right? Give me an API to retrieve the data that is coming from the client, and then after that, provide for me an object that I can then call back and send information back to the client. One of the most common things to do is to use a send function, right, to just send some generic information, and that send could be anything, right? In our case, it's just plain old a string, but certainly I can send other things, right? I can send JSON, I can send a file back, right? So I can download any content, an image or PDF or whatever file I would want to send back. Here we're using the most simplest use case, right? That we're sending just plain old text. Okay.